Class this week for Module 3 we'll be learning how to create tables and lists with HTML. If you remember last week for Module 2 we created these 5 pages with an image in here. And what I did is I copied all this content and pages that we had here for Module 2. I copied those and then created a folder called Module 3, again no spaces in the name, and I copied those into here. Then I proceeded to make edits to these. That way I have the Module 2 assignment without any edits and stuff made to that originally as it was, and now I have a Module 3 that I can go ahead and edit and make changes to. So let's take a look here at what we're going to do for today. Okay, here's my home page, and the changes I made were on the About Us page. Let's go to the About Us page. As you can see, I have a table here and I have a list. Okay, the table has 4 by 4. Oops, I didn't do 4 by 4. I need to make another column there. We'll do that when I go over there. Right now I got a 3 by 3, and I got a list here of what we call an unordered list, and I'll show you how to make that an ordered list. Unordered just means it has a little dot there rather than a numbering it. Okay, let's take a look at the code that created that. We go to Dreamweaver here. Here's the About Us page. Here's my table, and here's my list. Let's take a look here at the table first, starting right there. Okay, starts out with a table for the opening tag, and if you notice down here at the end I have a closing tag for table. So all my stuff for the table is in between those two tags, the start and end tag. I'm going to put a space here just to make sure you can see that away from the other code. And I'm going to go ahead here and switch to code view just so we can see all the code for that a little bit more easily. Okay, now we're supposed to put a border of 5 pixels for our table. So we did that right here, and that's border equals 5. That sets up our 5 pixel border. I go over here to design, you can see that little gray border that goes around the outside edge of that. That's at 5 pixels. If I was to make that, say, 50 pixels, let's see what happens. I refresh and switch over here to design. Look at how much bigger that border is now. Okay, but we'll go back and change that to 5 since that's what our assignment was. So we got 5 pixels, and they also want us to format the width of the table, and you can put a width here. And we can do pixels for this also, but I'm going to do percentages. That way, if we use different, people have different screen resolutions, it'll go up a percentage of that screen. So I'm going to put here 80% for my table, and that it takes up 80% of the available screen. Okay, so that does that. And then down here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And going across here, I have 3. I have a starting table row tag and an ending table row tag for each one of these. There's my ending tag, a beginning tag, beginning tag, ending tag, beginning tag, ending tag. One for each of those. Okay. For each row. Then in between the rows for each element there, I have for the table header, I have TH, and I have a starting TH and an ending TH. And the first one here, they want us to do the width of the column. So we got the column width here is 50% of the 80, so it's 50%. And the other 2 columns I each got 25%. So this first one should be twice, the pottery piece available for it should be twice as much as what the other ones are. And if we take a look here at what we had, it does look like it's twice as big as the other 2. Okay, these 2 are equal, and this first column then is 50%. And notice it takes up 80% of the screen. The whole table was 80%, and then of that, we divide up the 100% that this table is into 50, 25, and 25. You can make that as long as these 3 add up to 100 for the table width, the percentage, and then the table is 80% of the page percentage. Okay, makes sense. Back to our code here. And I need to add one more data thing on here to get my fourth column. So let's put in one more table header, TH. And I'm going to have to change my widths here a little bit. I'm going to change this one to 20%. This one to 20%. And I'm going to make this one 10%. Width equals 10%. And we got glaze color and cone temp and pottery piece, and we'll just put color. Okay. And now I need to do one of these for each one of these. I'll put white. This one will be green. And this one will be gray. Okay, so now if I refresh, I should have a fourth column added there. Add another table data for each one. Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, color being 10%, glaze and cone temp being 25% each, and then the pottery piece being 50%. And if you don't put any percentages there, the browsers do a pretty good job splitting that out. So, but it's nice to have some control so you can make it look like how you want. Okay, so that's the table. We have a table starting tag with the border width and the width of the table itself compared to the page size. Then we have a table row with the table header that emphasizes, makes it a heading column and row across there, so each of these. Then we have a table row with table data in it. That's the information that goes in the vase, or not the vase, but into the table. We take a look here at the content. Notice how these table headers are bolded and centered. Okay, now let's take a look here in the table tag. Now let's take a look here at the list. I use the title tag here, H3, so it's a little bit smaller than the H1 that we have up here at the top. So well-known potters. And we just made it UL here, and I got an ending unordered list. UL stands for unordered list. So we got a starting tag, ending tag. In between here, we have a list item, LI, and I put names here, start tag, end tag, Mel Clark, Daniel Keegan, Patty Kochaber, three well-known potters. Okay, so these are the three items in the list. And if we take a look at that over here in design, you can see there's the three in the unordered list. Let's see what an ordered list looks like. I change this from UL to OL and a slash OL for the ending tag. Let's see what that does to our design. Oops, I didn't get it quite. Mistyped there. There we go. Ordered list 1, 2, 3. So use either one. They also have a definition list. If you got like a list of definitions you want to do, you can take a look at that in your chapter reading for module 3 and read about what a definition would this look like. If you want to put something like that in there, I could put different ones in here and put a definition term and what the definition is of it, and that makes a nice little format for that. So, but real common ones you use are the ordered list and the unordered list. Okay, so that's those. And again here, if we want to, let me save my changes to everything and to upload these to our web server again. It looks like we got disconnected. Let me reconnect. Okay, again here now, I'm going to go into my module 3. Let's see. Let me refresh that if I can. There we go. Refreshed. Now I got module 3 here. Let me do my HTML class. Let's drag module 3 over with all my changes. Okay, all done. We'll minimize. And let's go to a browser. And let's go to that on the browser. Let's see, I'll use Internet Explorer now that it's back working. And instead of module 2 here, I'll change that to module 3. And it should bring up my index page. Oops, did I get it? Yep. And under About Us is where I put that. So there's my table. And here's my list. Okay. So that about brings us to an end for module 3. So good luck with that. And I'll get the video done for module 4 for those of you that would like a little help on that.